Hi guys, Ed here, Sound and Vision 2017, and I'm here with apparently the newly retired Steve Reichert for his first and last time on camera. He's going to give us a very quick walk through the absolutely fabulous Acoustics Concept 500, which we previewed late last year and that we hope to get our sticky mitts on very soon. So Steve?
Hi. Not too short. I mean, I'm very happy to talk for hours about the new Concept 500. The Concept 500 is obviously a new direction for Q Acoustics. I think we can safely say that Q Acoustics is renowned for, well, let's not beat about the bush, making astonishingly good entry-level loudspeakers. So when I tell you the new Concept 500 is going to be £3,600 a pair, most people say, whoa, you know, goodness, that's a new direction for Q Acoustics, and it is. I would argue with a high degree of confidence, however, that the new Concept 500, even at £3,600 a pair, delivers precisely the same cost-value performance ratio as a £200 30-20. That's a wonderfully sweeping statement, isn't it? So, you know, what's special about these loudspeakers? The correct and truthful answer is everything, but that sounds a bit trite, doesn't it? They've got obviously all bespoke drive units. They're exceptionally good, but of course every good loudspeaker manufacturer has great drive units. Our advantage is that we have an incredibly advanced, technically advanced cabinet as well. Forum members will be familiar with the Concept 20 and Concept 40 loudspeakers, which you've very kindly given wonderful reviews to. These introduce the gel core cabinet, which instead of a 15mm MDF cabinet, use two 10mm layers with the magic gel core adhesive in between the two, which bind the two together but never ever sets. So the drive units generate a huge amount of energy inside the cabinet that resonates the inner cabinet, which bumps up against the gel core, and that kinetic energy is converted to heat and dissipated that way. The outer cabinet is lower resonance, and that's where the drive units then, so it's greater clarity. We've gone a vast move forward with the Concept 500, which has no less than three layers of MDF. So we have a 9mm MDF layer, a gel core layer, another 9mm MDF, another gel core layer, and then a 12mm MDF. So you have a sandwich of 30mm of MDF plus obviously the gel core, and this makes the cabinet astonishingly inert. Here at the Bristol show I've stopped rapping my knuckles against them because it hurts so much, frankly, and so we have an astonishingly inert cabinet, and the advantage of that is that it really lowers the whole noise floor of the system, certainly lowers the noise floor of the loudspeaker. With any cabinet loudspeaker, the single most important aspect of the design, is the cabinet itself. Let's be absolutely frank, unless you've got a great cabinet, it does not matter how wonderful your loudspeaker drivers are, because, and I shall do the classic, you've got wonderful loudspeaker drivers and you put them in a nice one of, it sounds awful, and it's clearly the case. So we've put them in this wonderfully advanced cabinet, and it shows. They sound, well, your forum members will have to go and hear them for themselves, but we're amazingly confident that they will be astonished by the design. Now, the gel core, of course, handles reduces the cabinet resonance for mid-range and high frequency. It doesn't do anything for low frequencies, and with a cabinet of this sort of design, you can get this sort of organ pipe standing waves inside the cabinet. But we've got some clever clogs things going on inside there. How do you pronounce this? It's Helmholtz. You remember the Helmholtz resonator? Helmholtz resonators, yes. 1862, I think, the guy, so nothing new under the sun. These aren't quite the same, but we have Helmholtz tubes inside them, and there's one with a sort of lid off there. You can point your camera at it in a moment. So what these do, just to explain how magical these tubes contain unicorn hair. Okay, everybody? Now, to start you wondering what I'm actually smoking here, unicorn hair is a brand name of, I think it's a polyamide fibre, and it's much thinner than human hair. So it's like an ultra fine cotton wool that is inside these tubes. And of course, the pressure wave, it's not like a light wave. It's a caterpillar type of wave. So it's a changing of pressure within the cabinet. The tubes mess that up, because it doesn't allow that to happen, because they slow down the airflow and the changes in pressure. So it basically prevents standing waves within the cabinet. This again allows the noise through at the bottom end to go down further, so we get extraordinary bass response from these relatively small drivers, because obviously once you've got a standing wave within the cabinet, you cannot get anything below that. If it cuts everything off, we get rid of the standing wave, and where we can go down with much greater bass extension. Beyond that, the cabinet is even cleverer, because we have point-to-point bracing. Normally in a loudspeaker cabinet you have shelves going across at various angles and things, and they do of course work in terms of they hold the two sides together, but they are capable of transmitting resonance from one side to the other. We have, again, you can point the camera at the model there. We have individual point-to-point bracing at specific points, and these points are discovered using vast amounts of lasers and advanced computer modelling to get precisely the same points. In the brochure, which I'm sure you can show online, we can have sort of before and after pictures of hot spots and how we get rid of them with this. And again, that makes the cabinet much more inert. This allows two things. Firstly allows these drive units to perform at their optimum, because they're not moving, they're not cancelling each other or exaggerating. But also it means the cabinet itself is not acting as a loudspeaker, and that should never be underestimated. The cabinet itself makes a noise. Our one, for all intents and purposes, doesn't. And what the Holy Grail we're trying to achieve, and hey, I think we're getting really close, is for in return for the £3,600 which somebody gives to Q Acoustics or to Acoustics dealer, they get in their living room a pair of loudspeakers that they can sit in front of with a decent amplifier and a decent source, preferably correctly positioned, and they can shut their eyes and have a very real feel that there is a performer in front of them, and you cannot identify where the cabinet is, and the performance is extraordinary, and we'd be delighted to demonstrate to you if you'd like to take a seat.
Thank you, Steve.